Hello, 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 hello. I'm live. I'm alive this morning. It is 4:30 a.m. This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and today is Friday, January the 18th. I am doing a live stream, just testing out this camera. I was testing it last night. So, see, I move and it blurs. Now, let's go to my camera settings. I'm going to have to go here. You'll see me fiddling around on the computer. I think I'm public. There's one person in here. So I'm not signed on to my phone. I'm trying to save bandwidth, but I do think I have my autofocus on. So I want to go to my settings and turn off my autofocus, but I do not have my camera settings on, and I'm thinking that may have something to do with it. So I'm going here to my, I want to go to my camera settings and turn on my camera settings and turn off the autofocus. It's going to take a minute for those to, I've noticed that it takes a minute. So this is kind of an impromptu. Hi, Ray. I see your little wavy hands there. I'm waving, but I'm waving fast. Look at the blur of how fast I'm waving. Good morning to everybody who's watching. Let's see. I thought I hit the camera settings. Did they come on? You may check here. Maybe I didn't. I need to get a... Yeah, and I see your chat. Oh, there they are. Okay, now I want to zoom out one. And I want to fix the autofocus. Where's the autofocus here? Autofocus. I'm going to turn my autofocus off if I can. Come on, turn off. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Come on, I want to turn that off. I'm not getting it turned off, but maybe it's just, I'm just using my touch here, so I really do need a, there it went. Okay, now my autofocus is off. Now I'm going to come back to my main screen. Oh, hello, 08 Rufus. How are you this morning? Good morning. This is the first time you've been in one of my streams, so this is really kind of testing a camera that I'm setting up, that I'm learning, and I thought I'd try to do a little art. I've been having trouble getting in the, getting it to work. So, welcome everybody. Now also, let's see. Oh, and I got my camera to a gooseneck clamp, which hooks onto a pole when every now and then I kick my pole. So you might see the screen wiggle a little. Now, I'm going to move my, I still have to figure out how I'm going to place my laptop. I think I worked out something. I did a test last night. Where I wrote you all a letter, but the screen was so jumpy. So I'm just going to read the letter today because I put it in my journal, and I got to move my coffee a little bit more here. Let's see. I put it in my journal, and I figured that I found out a way not to show all my writing, all my journaling. I don't mind you seeing this because these are just lists that what I want to do in my live stream. This is another letter I wrote on January the 14th in white pen. But see, I'm just putting some of these full page cutouts of my fussy cuts out of that Age of Exploration book in here. And that covers up my journaling. But one place in here, I put that letter. Where did I put it? Here. Right here. So I'm just going to pull this out. This is the little letter I wrote last night when I was testing. I thought, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do, so I wrote you a letter, and I actually was recording the video, but the video is really jumpy. Now, I don't see in it, I see the motion blur, and I'm going to have to figure out what I can do about that motion blur. It doesn't look as bad this morning. Maybe it was because I have better bandwidth this morning. Hi, let's see. Katrina, good morning. You saw my head in there. You saw the top of my head. I'll be working on my head too. Hi, Kim. Good morning, Kim Marie. How are you? Let me have some coffee. Let me tell you, you just asked Jeri. We're going to have a Zoom meeting tomorrow, our monthly little mini art retreat. And Jeri and I kind of meet a few days before that to make sure that we have our ducks in a row. And I was so frustrated yesterday with this setup. And I know I can ask for help, but it's kind of hard to ask for help when you're still trying to figure out where you are and what you're doing. And so I was fiddling around with it. But by the time Jeri and I met, my head was just, I felt like this little bird that I sketched. Let me show it to you. Here's my little red. I'm going to work on this again, too. I felt like this little red bird that I sketched that's hanging upside down, eating on a pine cone. I did this in the Fib Sketch-A-Day. But by 2 or 3 o'clock when Jeri and I met, I felt like that bird hanging upside down on a pine cone for dear life. Let's see. Who's in here? Kim and Ray says, good morning, Katrina. You're looking on the outskirts and let's see. You just say good morning to each other. I thought I would try. I got it working. There's something between the port and the camera. I think the camera is okay. And I really do think that YouTube is receiving everything okay. But sometimes this port, I used that little, what did I do with? Oh, it's over on the shelf over there. I was using one of those little hubs for the UCB hub. And I took that out and I actually plugged my camera right into the UCB port itself. And I still couldn't get it started. So then I went ahead and fooled with Zoom. And I got it working in Zoom and I'm going, okay, it works in Zoom. So why isn't it working on YouTube? So I knew if it worked in Zoom, if my camera was projecting like I expected it to in Zoom, it should be working in YouTube. So I closed everything down and I went over to YouTube and it worked. So Zoom did something to those settings internally, I think, that caused it to work. So I'm hoping that it will work for tonight. But I'm testing it this morning because I shut everything down last night. And I come back this morning and everything started up fine. So I'm holding my breath. It is clear. Okay. The movement kind of bothers me. And I should put up that other video. It's private right now. But the video, I think it had to do with my bandwidth. Now you have to think this is 4:30 in the morning. I may be getting a lot better bandwidth than I did with the video I did last night. It was like 9:30 at night. I may need to contact my phone company and have them upgrade my internet speed. And that's something that I can do because if I am streaming at 7:30 to 8 to whenever, 10:30, 11:30 on a Friday night, you know the bandwidth out on the internet's going to be chompy. So I may need to do that. We'll see how it works tonight, if it works tonight. Hi, Linda. McAllister, hi. I'm using my camera. So far I've been on stream. I'm testing. This is kind of an impromptu test. I'm hoping I got it all set up to test tonight. I got it working last night. So I'm hoping that whatever I did in Zoom reset the settings so that I can work in YouTube. Thank you, Zoom. Oh, and speaking about Zoom, now is a good time to say it for everybody that's in here, but also everybody. Hi, Heidi. Good morning, Heidi. Also, everybody that's watching the replay. Jeri at Recycled Parts for Art and myself have been collaborating since, last October? On doing a monthly mini art retreat. We do it in an application of video conferencing software called Zoom, Zoom. And if you're not signed up for that, if you go into the description box of any one of my most recent videos, including this one, you will see where you can actually sign up and you can see what we have scheduled for the next upcoming months of what in those mini art retreats we're trying to get a project presented every month, and we are getting people volunteering to present projects. So if you are comfortable, I know a lot of you who watch my channel and watch Jeri's channel have your own channels and you do projects all the time, and if you're interested in presenting a project, there's information on the schedule page that Jeri has out there of how you can contact either myself or Jeri and let us know. And we've got things scheduled through the end of May. We don't have anything for June. We've got July scheduled. So we've got June and the rest of 2019. And there may be some other people upcoming. They're still deciding whether they want to present something or not. So let's see what else here. Oh, I was going to read you. This is a letter I wrote last night. I said, hello, world. I dated it January 17th. It says, I feel like I'm hanging upside down like that little bird that I sketched this morning. I'm having to figure out why this webcam and YouTube get so sporadic. What am I doing? And then I put, let's design. And I was actually at that time, actually had gotten it to work. And so I wanted to do something while I was writing this letter. And I said, let's design a little stamp to carve just to make me happy. And I might allow it to go public. Now, I haven't done that yet. I might go ahead and do that, but the video is choppy. And so I wrote down here, let's design a stamp. And when I did that, I actually looked at this little picture that I sketched from the other day. And I just made a little silhouette guy. And I had gone down and I said, it's almost 10:40 p.m. on a Thursday night. So I will turn everything off and let this video process and try again tomorrow morning. And then I wrote work on this, Meri, because I just sketched him out really fast while I was live. And I put refine, and then I put design little people. And I have my little idea stamp. I got to get it out. I took it with me when I went shopping the other day. I took my journal and my little idea stamp with me. So I got to get it out so I might find a way just to attach it to my journal, that and my ink pad. A journal never stays like a journal. You got to have all the accessories. I might be talking to Shannon Green about that. But anyway, I drew this little silhouette and then I go, oh, see, I was working on getting my Zoom to start. I was practicing. I decided I would write a letter. And then I ended up designing a little stamp, which probably needs to be refined. But then I'm going, this is how ideas happen. I had no inkling that I was going to pull this picture out and design a little, was probably about 1.5 inches by 1.5 inches stamp. And then I go, I could do a whole series of these little silhouette stamps. That's how ideas happen. It's like that Velcro. You have a task here, and maybe while you're working on that, it spurs. It links onto it, and you come out here, and that's the conceptual visualization, if you will, of a mind map. I could draw it out and draw it out here. And let's just, isn't he cute? You know, I could actually draw out a mind map, and I could do that from this point, but the creation of this idea just happened. It happened while I was working with getting my YouTube to work. And we could put as a theme, design little people stamps. Little people stamps. And that's my topic. And then I could go out here and I could do all sorts of things out here. Now, by little people, I do not mean midgets. I mean small stamps of maybe children or even parents, or I could even this handsome fellow here. So I may be working on this in one of my streams just simply because it happened. And then while that was going on, I figured that, hey, I can cover up all my personal journaling in this when I go live by putting it over my daily journaling text. And that's what's underneath here. So, hey, I'm having good luck this morning. Let's see what you guys are chatting about. Now I have to go over here to chat. I see a bit of choppy. Could be the bit rate or internet connection. Yeah, I think so, Linda. I think so. I think what my next step is going to be, if I can get this to working consistently to where I know that I'm hooked up correctly and I can stop and start and the next day start it again, I think I'm going to call my internet company. It's over the phone, so you have to. It was not choppy when I did my phone, when I was recording from my phone, but it's kind of choppy here. And it was really choppy last night, but understand it was at night. It was like from 9:30 to 10:30 up around in there, Central Time. And the internet was probably more busy. So I think I'm going to call my phone company and have them upgrade my speed. Just explain to them that I'm streaming and my resulting videos are, and I think that may have something to do with the motion too. I notice sometimes when I'm moving my hands, now I don't see it so much now, but sometimes when I move my hands, it blurs. And I know on the phone itself, you can adjust your video settings on my phone to adjust for that blur when you're taking a video. Because, you know, they're thinking if somebody takes their phone and is recording a baseball game or a parade or something like that where people are on the move. So, but I don't see that in this camera. It may be there because I'm just learning how this camera but I also think that upgrading my internet speed may not hurt. It'll cost me about $20 some more a month, but it might be worth it because I'm zooming a lot. So let's see, what else are you saying? Linda said hello to Heidi and Katrina. Katrina said hello back. And Heidi they're saying hello. Not me, is getting ready to go to work. Have a good day. It's Friday, Kim. It's Friday. Hopefully you don't have to work tomorrow. Have a good day at work. You could try this for the purple bar under the video, Meri. The purple bar under the video. Let's see. Who's saying that? You could try this for, try disabling use hardware acceleration in the Google settings. Click the three dots, open settings. Okay, let's see if I can do that. Can I do that? Well, the only three dots I have here while I'm live I don't have a purple bar here. But I'll go back and read that a little bit more. Oh, now I got, getting my head in the way. I got three dots on you, on your chat, but I don't have three dots over here. I've got live and the time, and I got 12 people in here and 5 thumbs up. Thank you. I got the microphone and a little volume indicator, but I don't see three dots. We might have to do a Zoom, Linda, so I'll do a Zoom on my phone, and it'll probably be really choppy because I'll be using two internet connections. But if I do a Zoom on my phone, I can actually hopefully show you what I'm looking at. Right now, I can see my screen, but it's out of your view. It's up there. In the Google setting. Oh, in the Google settings. Okay. Can I do that right now? Let's see. In the Google settings. All right, we're going to try it if I mess things up. All right. Settings. Whoops. That's about, let's see. All right. It's loading my Google settings. I have to read the rest of this. In the Google settings, click the 3 dots, open settings, scroll down and click show advanced settings. Scroll down, disable the hardware acceleration. Okay. So here's my settings are still open. Can I, maybe I should go back over here. Linda, can I do that? Can I do that while I'm still live? Maybe I should. I understand what you're saying to me is to go out to the Chrome settings and do it in Chrome, but maybe I should do that while I'm off stream. I hesitate to do that while I'm live. They said good morning to, oh, and the choppiness. Okay. Chrome browser has it. I thought you use Chrome. Yes, I do use Chrome. I did get my Chrome up and going. That's another thing I had to wrestle with. My Norton browser was blocking my Chrome. My Norton antivirus. Can I have some coffee? So what you're telling me, Linda, is that I can control that in my Chrome settings. While you're live? I think. I've never done it. I'm not going to risk it while I'm live. I'm having such a good time. But I'll do that. I'll do that, and then I'll test it again and see if that, because it's kind of choppy, and I think it'll be really choppy if I stream in the evening because there'll be more internet traffic. You know, at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, all those kids are still asleep. All right. So what I wanted to do art-wise this morning was, you all know, and I put this out on my community tab on my page, were these little doodle challenges, these little designs on the doodle challenges. And we looked at a piece of art. Here we were looking at some stained glass. And I just drew this really fast online, so it isn't really beautiful. It's a fast sketch of a flower representation that was on that stained glass window. And this was another one, and I don't have this. This should really come out. I've already taken a picture. This should really come out to the edge here. And this was a flower, and this was another design, and then this was kind of freeform. Well, if I want to do a doodle pick 10, what I'm going to do is, I have these little, and I painted these, months ago, weeks ago. I painted these cards when I was playing with my new jelly plate. You guys are teaching me how to do the jelly printing. See, I don't know if you can see much on this one, but look at this one. So you can kind of see it's a little clothing shopping tag that they can punch a hole in it and attach it to the item for sale. So I have boxes of these. I have 2 or 3 boxes of these. And I just put all of these down on my jelly plate and jelly plated them. So I was thinking, you know, we've been looking at art and doing this and doing an ATC, but it might be fun to set up a pick 10 with these. And so what I thought I would do, and I'm going to do that this morning. Let me fold this in half. And I got out my paper cutter here. Now I'm going to have to, you're going to see this kind of close up. I'm still playing with the settings, but what I want to do is grab a piece of paper, and I don't want it to, I don't want it to, well, I could do it on here though, on something that, I was saying I don't want the whole piece of paper to take up the whole pretty card, but if I do it on the back of one that I don't care about, then I can have the one that I care about on the front. I think that's what I'll do. So I'm going to play this morning with art. Got to do some art if I'm going to stream. So these are about 1 3/4 inches wide. 1 3/4 inches wide. So if I take a 1/4 inch off of each, that'll be 1 1/4 inch wide strip by, how tall is it? Just about, well, 2 3/4. A little over 2 3/4 on this one. So 2 1/4. So let's cut a 1 3/4 inch strip of paper and see if this works. I got to turn this the other way so I can see what I'm doing. 1 3/4 would be right about there. And you can't see it because I'm zoomed in, but let's see who's in here. Linda and hi, Vanessa, Linda McAllister, and Ann. Which Ann is in here? Ann Law, are you in here? And I'm learning stuff here. I'm learning stuff. That should make you happy, Mrs. Teacher. I haven't learned stuff for an awfully long time. So let's go to 2 1/4. Did I cut that at 1 1/4? No, I cut that at 1 3/4. I cut it the same. I cut it the same size. I need to cut this down. I need to cut it down to 1 1/4 here. And this is just white cardstock that I have. And I can see my blade is getting out. Okay, 1 1/4 by 2 1/4. So let's cut 2 1/4 here. And we'll just try a couple of these. And then I'll do the rest offline. So there's one. And kind of a raggy. I got to change my blade here. I cut that really thick watercolor paper on this, and sometimes, you know, even with a titanium blade, it eventually wears down. 2, that's 1 1/4. We want 2 1/4. We'll just cut these until I don't have any left here. And I think I might be good here. I am. Okay, so let's get this out of the way and get my journal out again. Yeah, I'm still arranging things in my room too. And I was a little frustrated yesterday. I was feeling like that bird that was hanging upside down. So let's see. Shall I do the booty? Let's do the booty line here. And what I'm going to do is actually draw that booty line and then attach it to, let's pull this one. Come on. I'm going to attach it to the back of this. And then I'm going to put a number over here. And when we do the pick 10s, I can pull the number. And then we'll have to doodle with whatever that is. Now, we've only got 10 examples here, but if we keep doing these were pulled from a terracotta vase that was in the public image at a public domain image at the Museum of Modern Art. So that's where we're getting these. So I think that we can eventually build a pick 10 doodle art game this way. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can do doodle art. There's a lot of ways that you can do it. And I'm slow on everything. Here, let's see. I'm going to get this out of the, I'm going to put this here, but I'm going to put my book out of range here while I do my markers. I need my markers. You know, the good thing is I haven't buffered. Has anybody buffered this morning? I don't think anybody's buffer. I haven't seen anybody complaining about buffering. I haven't buffered this morning, but I'm not sure that I could probably see it. Let's see. I think I used the black and the orange for these. So all I'm going to do here, and I'm just going to do this by hand. And yeah, I don't want that's going to be in the background. The booty line. So I'm just going to draw a little box in this little scrap of paper here. Right in here. I could probably be zoomed in a little more, but we're going to leave it right there for now because I'm just going to do a couple of these. And then the booty line comes like this. I call it a booty line because it looks like little boots to me. You come out this way, and here's one little boot. Like that. Only he's kind of a short boot. He's got small toes. And then you come over. Now, I've learned that if I come over here and draw the toes first, I can get a better toe. Like that. And then you draw another one like that. And I see this. I've been looking at those, been looking at the terracotta pieces out there in their public domain images. And I see a lot of this design. So it's really interesting to study these. This is kind of also studying art history. Oh, he's going to have a little skinny leg here, but that's okay. All right. So then I'm going to come in here and color this with my orange marker because it's a terracotta vase. Yay! I'll just do a couple of these. I'm not going to do all of them here. But I'm going to start getting these Pick 10 doodle prompts together, and then when we pull a prompt, I haven't tried to go to random.org while I'm doing this on my computer, but I could also do that on my phone too. When we pull a prompt, then that's what you got to doodle with when we're doing whatever we're doing. So I'm going to build a doodle prompt Pick 10 game. All right, so what I want to do is attach this to this. And I do think, well, I'm going to try the glue stick first. I'm going to try the glue stick first. And if I find that I have to, now let's see. I need some wax paper. If I have to glue it down better with a more stronger adhesive, I will, because these will get a lot of use if we use them. So I'm just doing this so I don't get glue on my drop paper. Put drop paper on my drop paper. But my drop paper, it's kind of a working surface, and I don't want to put my hands in glue. So let's just attach my little booty line. And I should write booty line on this. And I'll go back and number them later. But there, now let's get I don't want to use that pen. I want to use my Sharpie. That's the other thing I need to do is organize my desk area. So I organize it 20 million times, but then I mess it up again. I have pens and tapes and glues over to this side. All right, so I'm just going to print. I call this the booty line. It may have another more formal name that I don't know. Oh, come on, pen. What are you doing here? I'm going to call this the booty line. I'm scribbling over here to get this pen. I think this pen, I've used it on other pages that were still wet or had glue, and you know how they get when you're not careful with your pens. Booty line. That's good for now. All right, let's see what else is going on here in chat. They're saying hi. Zoe, good morning, Zoe. Good morning to folks that I've missed. I'm just doing an impromptu. This is really to test my camera setup. So far, we have not lost data connection. I don't know how you guys are doing on the buffering. I haven't seen anybody say they're buffering. Newbie Cheryl's in the house. Kimberly 557. Darla, good morning, Darla. Faithful Mess. Got my head. I have to be careful about getting my head underneath of the camera here. Get the top of my head. Faithful Mess says, good morning, Meri. And salute to the mods. No buffing, Cheryl? Yay. No buff. All right. So maybe we got the buff. Now it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight, even if I get signed on, because I'm sure there'll be more internet traffic. So there's the booty line prompt card, and I'll go back in and maybe I'll see if I can actually buy some little numbers rather than print them. Or, hey, wait a minute. I got a printer. That's the thing I have to do today. I've been wrestling with with the camera and the computer. So I bought a printer Wednesday. Thank you. Thank you, Sherry Lynn. So I'll get that sent up so I can actually print out some numbers and put on here. See, I'm getting used to all this technology. I haven't had a printer. Well, I've had a printer before in my lifetime, but all right, let's do one more. Let's do one more, and I'm going to put it here, and let's turn this upside down, or maybe better yet, fold it in half. And let's do another one. What one shall I use? Let's do this. I called it the stylized. Whoops, now I got to get used to. I called this the stylized flower. So I'm going to do that one on here. And I might have to do a couple because, well, you'll see. I can't do a big one here. Will it be flat? But let's go ahead and draw my little square first. Now I'm going to leave enough room. I'm going to leave enough room to at the top. So I'm just kind of hand drawing a border. And then let's start here and just draw some little flower petals like that. These are just inspirations that we got from looking at that terracotta vase. And if you look at my stream from last Friday night, which would have been January the 11th, I believe, I have the link to the Metropolitan Museum of Art where I got this. The pictures in the public domain. I'm trying to use only pictures that are in the public domain. Now, should I leave a gap in there or should I connect them? I think I'm going to connect them on this one just for space issues. Like that. And like that. Have a safe drive, TGIF, Faith. Oh, okay. Something's going on in the background. I just got a notice on my Norton here. Faithful Mess is driving and listening in. Just drive safe. Just drive safe. If you're just listening, that's one thing. But how did you type? Did you verbally type? I would rather you not chat if you're driving. But then maybe you're experienced with that. I know I have friends who do that, and it scares me to death. But they're using their voice. So, all right. So there we go. We're going to color this in. I love this terracotta look, the orange and the black. We'll just do these two, and then I'll do the rest of them off camera or in a standalone video or something like that. There we go. So I'm calling this is just my terminology. I'm going to call this a stylized flower. STYLIZED. Oh, the right flower in the little caps, I guess. FLOWER. It's like a kindergarten does, but I got it on there. I might have to redo that or correct that area in there. But there we go. So I'm going to print out some. Oh no, I need to put it on my card. I need to put it on my card. I'm going to put it this way, and I'm actually going to. I'm going to see how well this extreme glue holds these down. Get enough glue on there. So I think this will be, once we get 100 of these, this will be a fun pick 10 game, I think. And right now it's doodles. We could do this with other things too. So we'll see how this evolves. So that's one thing I wanted to do this morning, was actually go out and pull them off of my journal. And now let me go to my camera setting. What did I do with my other one? What did I do with it? Did I stick it in my page here? Here it is. There. I'm going to have to get me a little box for these. I've got little tea boxes that this will fit in. Now let me go to my camera settings. You can't see this, but I'm going to go to my camera settings here, and I'm going to zoom out just a notch or two. Now let's see how it looks there. So you can see a little bit more of my desk space. Okay, so let's put the rubber band back on these, and I'll work on these when I don't have anything else to do. We're going to do this doodle game again tonight in our live session. We'll go out. I've got some more pictures to look at. They're all in the public domain. I'm only taking public domain pictures. So I think we enjoyed doing it last week. At least the gals and folks that participated enjoyed it. And I did put out on my community tab my 2 pages that I completed during the game. All right, the other thing I wanted to do today, and I might have to zoom out one more time. Let me zoom out one more time. You might see the edge of my desk here. Let's see how that looks. No, I'm good. All right. What I wanted to do is now this is going to be quite, well, maybe I can do it a little at a time. Let me get them out. I have this box of fussy cuts. This is a fairly large box. And this is what I've been putting all my fussy cuts in originally. Now I also have a folder that I put these in. But this is kind of like a box that held frozen goods. I got it at the grocery store when I was moving. But see here, you guys have seen this before who've been on my channel. Here are all my fussy cuts. So let me grab a bunch of these, a bunch of them. And what I'm going to do is, I think I've got some kitty cats in here. I'm still looking for kitty cats for Aunt Beck. So what I'm going to do is give you a flip through of my older fussy cuts. I've got fussy cuts all over the place. And I should sort them out, but you know, look, there's a bird. Too bad she didn't ask for birds. Oh, look, there's a kitty cat and a lion. I wonder if this is probably off of a cat food. Okay, I can send her that. Here's an eagle. Look at that eagle. Isn't here? This way, Meri. That eagle. And could this qualify as a kitty cat? We'll send it to her. She can do what she wants. And look at this. I'm sure these probably came out of at the library. Sometimes I get those National Geographic for Kids magazines. I can send her that. It's not really a kitty cat, but it's nature. And here's a kitty cat. Now, I'm sure she's probably got this one. I know this came out of a cat food advertisement because look at the hungry cat behind and the kitty cat on the prowl there. And I'll just kind of show you my other fussy cuts as we go. I love this 5. I love that 5. And I actually have a lady that sits in this. I love that 5. I should do something with it. When it's all said and done. And of course, I have images. Look, here's an ATC that I made. Just stick it in there. I'm going to save that out and use it as a bobby pin embellishment. This came out of a book that was teaching you how to use Photoshop. But I love it because they're paints. Here's some of that tissue paper with the print. This is an oops. That, I think, come either the Oprah or the Real Simple magazines. They do that. There's some barn doors. Here's a napkin. So not all this is fussy cut. It's just images. Oh, here's inside every cat lives the spirit of the wild. I think I'll send that to her. I may have a better one than that. Let's see. So you're getting a tour through my fussy cuts just simply because I want something to do this morning. I'm not going to dwell on every one. I'll just kind of show them to you as I flip through them. If I want to comment, I will. I love this one. She's so pretty. And plates. And I'm looking for kitty cats. I think I got more animals down. Isn't that this one cool? I can't help but stop and comment. Isn't that cool? I love my fussy cut images. I get so inspired. This has to be Annie Oakley. And do you know, here's a factoid. What do they call him? Reverend somebody. I can't remember his name. But he's buried along the Little Blue River about 3 miles from my parents. Her dad, her father, was called Reverend somebody. I can't remember his last name. I'll have to look it up because it's there. But he is buried. When my mother was still alive, she actually took me out to his grave. Her father is buried down about 3 miles from my. It's on private property now, but the gravesite itself is maintained by the Boy Scouts down in that county. Just kind of a factoid. If you care about Annie Oakley's father, here's a, you know, a tractor. And here's a dog. See, I wasn't thinking kitty cats when I went through all these magazines. Here's some cows. A teapot, some flowers. So I like to go through these every now and then. Now, these are actually fussy cut already, so I don't have to sit and fussy cut them. I just have to find them. And I know you should probably sort them out, but in a way, I do kind of like grabbing. And there's another historical image, whoever he is. He's some character out there. Some illustration. I just love that. Her little bottom, she's looking over the ledge there. It looks like she's following. What are these babes after? Angel Vanessa says, I'm still working on my big project. After that's done, I will try to fussy cut some things out. Yeah, I got so much. And, you know, I brought to home two more fussy cut books, 2 more history books. I could not leave them on the shelf. They were just too cool to leave on the shelf. Here's Too bad she doesn't want pigs that fly. Here's a little piggy that flies. I think I'm going to save that one out and put it in my journal. And here's when I was cutting out of the Childcraft magazines. I just love looking at it's just like looking at a picture book. That was some writing. And I think what attracts me to these fussy cuts is it's the image. You have this big pile. You have this big pile of images. And, when you're reading a book, you feel like you got to read all the text. But when you have all these pictures in front of you, you just want to look. And this is just a little out of that box. This is out of one of those Needlecraft magazines, some patterns. I actually did a photocopy of it. I think I made tags, but this is a photocopy. They were pre-1909 or 1906, so it was out of copyright, but I just use it for myself anyway. So here's gazing at the crystal ball. I'm looking for kitty cats. I got a camel. I think that's a camel's head. I got some little things here. So I'm looking for kitty cats. I know I got more animals in here. Some flags, candle, giraffes, postage stamps. Kitty cats. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. If I call them, will they come? Well, I found a few. Some of them aren't really. They're of the cat. They're felines. They're of the cat. This is just a part of an envelope that was sent to me in Happy Mail. I think it's either plastic or Tyvek. I couldn't throw it away. So I just like to sit and sort through these sometimes. Not sort through them, just look through them. I'm not really sorting. Here's a knitting yarn label. Probably came off of something I got in the thrift store. Here's a... Come on, I know I got animals. Let's see. Let's shift through here and see where I got animals. Well, I actually made that one. I think following Jenny Belly had a birthday bash one year, and we made flowers. And I made mine out. This is made out of wax paper. And that was paint on wax paper. And then I just marked with a flower over it and cut it out. Pears, a lighthouse. Somebody sent me this in Happy Mail. Envelopes. Come on, I got to have more animals. A bunny rabbit. Cackle hatchery. I just love looking at these. Here's the top of a boot. And another cow. The road home, the kitchen. These were books, probably off of a book club page. Oh, Albert Hitchcock. Am I boring, you guys? Hi, Auntie Ro knows. Hello, Auntie Ro. Good morning, good morning. I am really just, I'm kind of biding my time out here. I think that this, hopefully, let's see how long I go before let's hope that I can get through the whole stream with no data disconnects. I think for the most part, doing this camera has resolved that data disconnect. I'm kind of wary about the consistency of me getting signed up, and I need to go back and review what Linda told me to fix in the accelerated settings. I need to go back and review that, and I'm going to do that offline. And so it won't be so choppy or blurry when I'm doing a lot of movement. Well, I'm looking for kitty cats here. I'm just, oh, here's a bingo card. What's that? Steampunk. Here's a bingo card. I'm looking for kitty cats out of my fussy cuts here. If you came in and go, what is Meri doing? What is she doing? And this is just a small stack of fussy cuts. Just think of the glue book that I could do here. Let's hope I can't get to my keyboard because I put all these fussy cuts on my keyboard. I'm just kind of, at this point, Dance of the Mushrooms. Dance of the Mushrooms. I had to look at it and I'm going, is that Dumbo the elephant? Because, you know, and I saw a nose here and eyes, but no, it's mushrooms. It's mushrooms. See, here's they're dancing mushrooms. Here's the cap of one mushroom and the stem. And but as I looked at it, I'm going, it looks like Dumbo has a red cap on and a fat nose. That one caught my attention. The birdhouse, a horse, another bingo card, some pink boxing gloves. I'm looking. Oh, here's an animal. It's not a kitty cat, but it's an animal. So I know I got more animals in here. I might be giving her some strange kitty cats. And her little cuddle kitty that she gave to her son would look at that cat and slap it or something. Get away from me. Don't you come in here. This is my house. You belong in the jungle. Got a lot of leopards and tigers and whatever. Jungle cats. Here's a dog. So I'm trying to get down to my animals. Anyway, it's fun to go out and look. Here's another little doggy. It's fun. Here's a whole bunch of Reese's candy white chocolate wrappers. I don't know why I saved those. We had a package of that candy, and I saved all the wrappers. En masse, I think. I love cutting these out. I love cutting these out. These make really neat. Let me get it up here. Find my placement. Make neat vintage paper dolls. What's this? It's another leopard. I'm putting them on a pile. I probably won't send her all those leopards. I'll send her one or two, but white chocolate. Too bad she didn't ask for candy wrappers. I could have given her a few. Yeah, the spider web here. Spider web. Candy wrapper. What's this? A rooster. These smaller ones aren't kitty cats. I'm just going to put them over there. Hi, Susan. Good morning. What is the project this morning? I already went through, what did I do with them? They're here someplace. What did I do? The projects, did I put them over here? One of my projects, Auntie Row, is I went out to my doodle prompts that we did Friday night, and I cut some little pieces to fit these cards. I jelly printed these little clothing tag cards, when we were doing the jelly print swaps. But I cut some little white papers to fit these, and I'm going to put each one of these little doodles on that we did Friday night. We did 10 for last Friday night. We're going to do 10 or so tonight. And I'm going to make a pick 10 doodle prompt game. So I'm going to print out some numbers and put on here. And then I'll build this deck of cards out of doodles as we do our ATC challenges. And then maybe we'll do a doodle prompt game off of these. Because I've got quite a few of these. I must have maybe between 60 and 75 of these cards. And I got more I could jelly print if I need. So that's really the project that really the purpose of doing this stream is to test my camera. But I'm also going through my fussy cut images here, looking for kitty cats. Ooh, these are kind of glued together. Fun. This is what happens when you're glue booking and you don't glue on a piece of separate paper. So I'm kind of going through and seeing cows. Why didn't she ask for cows? I got plenty of cows. Here's a dog. I'm looking for kitty cats out of my fussy cut box that I've already fussy cut rather than looking in magazines. I'll send her what I have. I'm not a cat person like Aunt Becky is. She loves her kitties. I like cats. I just don't have them here, so I'm more of a history image person or whatever. There's some postage stamp images of Kennedy and the rooster. And what else do we have here? Those look like our, what do they call those? The Property Brothers or whatever. Handsome guys. So I'm just thumbing through my fussy cuts real fast. Somebody sent me this ATC kit. The kitchen is the heart of the house. I should save this out and put it together. July ATC kit of 2013. Why did I save that out and put it together in one of my streams? I don't see any kitty cats here. You should see all my, this is just a little portion of my fussy cuts. I love fussy cutting. And you know, a lot of these came from magazines and books that will get thrown away. And I imagine that sometime in my life, or not my life, after my life, my glue books will probably be thrown away. But here's the point. I enjoyed them while I have them. If you enjoy them, you're extending their life just a little bit. That's my philosophy. Flag. And I certainly enjoy glue booking. And look at that eagle. Wow. Do you have a group on? I do not. If you're asking me, Vanessa, I do not, because I do not feel like I can do it justice. I get overwhelmed and I have to limit myself for what I do. You know, I'm trying to, I have hosted in groups before. I've done hosting before, and I know that's a lot of work, especially if you want to maintain the privacy of your group and the, you know, the sense of peace out there. And if you do swaps, I really credit Aunt Beck. And look at that sampler. Here it's upside down. Look at that sampler. Isn't that cool? I'm going to save that out too. I give Aunt Beck. Now, see, they limit their group. Aunt Beck limits her group size. And I think Lisa is too. I'm not sure if Lisa's. The day I ran away. I'm going to save this out. I love this saying. The day I ran away. Now, on my old laptop, which I refused to put online, and did you all see where Windows, Microsoft is not going to support Windows 7 anymore after a certain date? I don't know when it is. So I refused to put that old laptop online. It's old, but it still works good. It hasn't crashed on me yet. I backed everything up on it. But on the keyboard of that older computer, I have another one that says, "It's your life." So I kind of like these saying. I'm going to keep that out. The day I ran away. So I don't see any more kitty cats in here. Let's see. I love these gold eagles. I've got several of these gold eagles. These come out of history books. I don't see any more kitty cats. I'm just going to kind of pile these on top. And let's see, what do I have? I got pages down here. Nice save, a little piggy bank. Yeah, I'll have fussy cuts on the floor here. This is out of that book that was teaching you how to do Photoshop. Now can you hear me? I must have bumped that. I don't know how it got. Okay, I think I'm talking now. I'm not sure how it got muted. Can you hear me now? I can't type on my keyboard because it's all piled up here. You can hear me now. Okay. I'm back. Okay. I don't know. It must have been when I threw my fussy cuts here. It must have hit my screen, which hit the little mute button at the bottom of the screen. I muted me. Shut me up. And I was so busy looking at my fussy cuts here that I didn't notice until I actually looked up, and somebody sent me these in Happy Mail. Recovery of sulfur dioxide from sulfite pulp digester blow-off gases. Absorption of hydrogen sulfide in contact with aqueous solution. Old type. That's why they sent it to me. Old typing. Oh, I'm just looking for kitty cats. I'm not sure I have any more in here. But I'm having fun. And look at him. I think that's a floral. I'm having fun. Anne is laughing at me. Or laughing at somebody. Can you hear me now, Anne? Can you hear me now? I think I'm off mute. Those are postage stamps. It shows that I'm talking. The little audio key says I'm talking, so you might need to refresh. Of course, if you can't hear me. Thank you, Linda, for saying that. All right, let's see if finding kitty cats. I hit the mute button by mistake here when I think when I got my fussy. Oh, there's another tiger. I have all sorts of tigers. Vanessa's giving thumbs up. Sorry about that. See, that's something. This is also a test. This is a stream test. So that's something to watch out for when I'm streaming for real. It's not to hit the mute button. I don't see any more kitty cats in here. I'm just kind of thumbing through real fast here because I could do this all day long. I could do this all day long. Ooh, pretty soon they're going to start falling over the cliff. Well, I don't see any more kitty cats in here. I got a few out of here. I'm just kind of looking down in here. Kitty, 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 kitty. Maybe I should turn the mute on when I do this. Here's some dogs. Did you know what? That's an interesting thing because if you look at, we get the Nebraska Life magazine and the Outdoor Nebraska magazine. Well, I get them at the library. And it is very interesting to note that they show cows and deer and all of that. I love this one. But do you think that and they'll show pets like dogs, hunting dogs and stuff like that. But I haven't seen one of those, but I haven't gone through all the magazines, but I have not seen one that focuses just on cats. I'm going to put some of these away. I pulled out all the tigers. I'm sure she isn't going to want, and leopards. She's not going to want all of them. Now, I'm going to try to put these back in my box without hitting my mute button. Hold the phone. Hold the phone after I get some of these back in the box. That was fun. I enjoy doing this every now and then. Just going through my images. And do I have images? So you saw what come out of this one box. I've got another box and I got a folder. But we won't go through those today. What time is it here? Let me look at my clock. Oh, it's almost 6 o'clock. I saved these out. Let me fold this box closed. So, Meri, don't hit the mute button. I got another box, but I'm not going to go through them. I found some things I want to work on. Here's another little, I didn't get that put away. Just little wooden buttons. I'll put that over my little. So, I'm sure I probably got this from another advertisement. Inside every cat lives the spirit of the wild. That comes off of a cat food advertisement. But I got tiger. And this is a couple of other little ones that fell out. I'll put them back. Fell out. Oh, yeah, see, these kind of fell out. Yeah. I'll have to put those back in the box. I got some leopards I can send to her, but I'm sure she's not going to want all of these. This one I can send. And I got one. What happened to it? Yeah. This one I can send. So, and I think I'll send her this big leopard just to, and I got a couple of others in that other pile, but I'm sure she's not going to want all leopards. She didn't ask for leopards. But she asked for nature, so I can send her one or two. Maybe I'll send her that one because it's got a baby with it, or a young'un. No, is that a young'un? I don't know. It looks like a mother, maybe. No, it looks like a teeny bopper one. And I'll put these back. And I think I'll send her those. By the time I get these sent, she's going to have cats. Believe me, she's going to have cats. I'm going to find them. So, hold the phone here. Let's see what I have. What did I do with it? What did I do with it? I got this. And she's probably seen this before, and this probably isn't really what she's looking for. But I thought it might be fun to send her a couple. This is a calendar for 2019 that I got at Walmart. Let's open this up. See what's in here. Where's my wastebasket? Let's open it. And I'm not sure I'm going to send her the entire calendar. I might. We'll see what it's like in here. But I think she wants fussy cuts. So some of those others I'm going to fussy cut, those that I was showing the other day, and some I'm going to leave on the page because I think that having the environment in those outdoor magazines, those nature ones, she might enjoy the environment that they're in, and then she can do. Sherry Lynn says, Meri, one day we can do a list of things to do for ATCs. Oh, maybe we can do that tonight because I'm looking for another list to do. Now, I've got my little books here, but here, let me write this down. Let me write this down, Sherry Lynn, because tonight we're going to do a list of things to do for ATC. Sherry Lynn, I was looking at your ATC page out on Facebook. Wow, you are doing such a great job. Those little vintage photos that you're coloring the little dresses on. I don't remember the saying that you put with it, but it was so sweet. And so Sherry Lynn makes wonderful ATCs. I don't have the link to your Facebook page, but I'll try to get it. I'll try to get it. You have a page out there. It's not a group. It's a page, right, Sherry Lynn, where you show your art. It's just beautiful. You cut paper doll dresses. Okay, list of things to do for ATCs. And of course, we already got the Doodle ATCs. That's number one. That's Meri's. So we'll do that tonight because I have to go through. Last week we did a list of things to use that we could use a string for. I've been so busy this week. This was my shopping week, and I went to I had some other things I had to get done this week. I'm going to keep that cardboard. I don't know. These are more, these are not photographs. These are more funny ones. These are more illustrating. I don't know if this is what she was thinking of. Maybe I'll just send her this entire calendar and she can keep it or cut out of it or throw it or do whatever she wants with it. It's not photographs. I'm looking for a calendar that's just cat photographs. This is more illustrative stuff. It's a fun one. It's a fun one. She might be able to pull some of these off on ATCs or put them on a card. Splat. I like this one. Ice cream. Little kitties looking out of the ice cream box. Gary Patterson is the artist on these. So I'm going to send her this. So I'll get other kitty cats to send to her. Now, these are things that I saved out that I'm going to put in my journal. Let's pull my journal out here. Yeah. Do a little documentation here. bobby pin some of these in here. I want to put this in here because I watched Pete's Dragon in January. And this will be really, I might have to cut it down just a little. No, it fits on the cover. And then I'll write on here, watch this movie. I could actually put it on the back of this. Because I just documented ATCs over here. I could put it right there. Let's grab a bobby pin and just clip it in for now. And then I'll document maybe in here with my white pen that I watched that movie this month. That was kind of a fun movie. I enjoyed watching it. Let's grab, I'm going to have to buy some more bobby pins. I like my bobby pins. The day I ran away, I like this saying. Actually, it applies to a day that I ran away last year. I was not invited to a birthday party. Sniff, sniff. And I was very insulted because I wanted to go. And it was really a big misunderstanding. Maybe I'll put it with Columbus, the day he ran away. So I got in my car that day and went shopping in Lincoln. And I call that, even last year, I was calling it the day that I ran away. Here's an old ATC. I might do something with it. I think I'll make a bobby pin embellishment out of it. But I'm going to put it right there. I'm going to have to do something on this black page. And what else? I got a Kennedy stamp. I didn't mean to pull that out. I'm going to put that back. I don't have a use for that here. And I got When Pigs Fly. I should put that with this ATC. What's on the back? Actually, I like it here. Where's my rubber cement? I'll have to get that out. Right now, I'm just going to clip him on here and hope he stays in there. When Pigs Fly. I'll make an ATC. And I like this sampler. I'm going to clip that in here. I'll put that on an ATC. That is so beautiful. We could probably go out and get some sampler vintage photos and pull some doodles off of some samplers. That would be fun. Ones that are old ones that are in the public domain. You don't want to pull your images off of things that are in the, at least on my channel, I don't. Because needlework designers copyright their designs. So then I'm not going to do it. Probably next week, I'm ready to do ATCs from 16 through 20. Today's what, the 18th? So 16, 17, 18, 19. So maybe I'll do an impromptu or do this Tuesday morning. I'm trying to do an ATC for every day. I do about 4 of them at once. But let's put this ATC. This was a July ATC kit that somebody sent to me. And it's a kitchen one. That charm has a plate with forks and a spoon. And I don't know what the image here is. Could be something I have to do. So I'm going to put this in here. This will be something I'll work on. So there we go. And I can actually flip my pages here. Let me put it this way, look. I can actually flip my pages here. Let's do a flip of where I am in January. I need to also, it's getting, today's what, the 18th? Today's the 18th. I need to build my February journal. I'll have to be doing that. This is for January. And I got Pete's Dragon. I got my calendar here. Actually, I should put this like that. I got my calendar, these ATCs, my Pete's Dragon, the back of the ATCs. I put this story in here. I love this story about the Portuguese explorers found this island and they started populating it, and somebody took a pregnant rabbit. And pretty soon they had multitudes of hungry rabbits that were eating up everything. So the colonists had to move to another island, and they did not take rabbits with them. And in this picture, it's got some rabbits up here. I love that little story. I clipped that out of that history book. Here are some ATC coins that I did, just playing. I'm going to put an explorer there. What I'm going to do in each one of my journal segments is choose a book. I think next week I'm going to use a February Needlecraft magazine, but that's going to be my theme for the month. This month is a history book that was exploring the explorers in the age of exploration, starting like in the 1400s. Columbus and Magellan and Henry the Navigator was the one that I learned about. And here's where I actually do my journaling here on the back. I actually do personal journaling in here. And I love keeping my art with my personal journaling. And it's all together in one book. I'm just rattling away here just as if I were on a standalone video. I'll have to go back and look at chat here in a minute. But I'm just kind of flipping where I am. Here's some more journaling. And I just put this in now. Here's a card that I made. And I saved out these. I think these are Jane Davenport scrapbook paper. Somebody sent them to me in Happy Mail. And these are lists of what I did out on my live streams. Here's some more ATCs, the back of the ATCs. I want to do some postcards for Beetle Chick. I have her address now. She sent me 2. So I'm going to have to do a process video of doing postcards and send her some postcards. Here's that sampler. This is the rest of the month calendar. Some more ATCs that I did in one of my streams. Here's some more personal journaling here in the back. Sherry Lynn sent me this ATC, and there was a $50 bill on the back that I applied toward a printer. I got to get my printer set up. Some more personal journaling. This is where I'm going to start I actually think that I'm going to put the ATCs on this side. They'll face this. I'm experimenting with writing white ink on the back of this project paper. I'm not going to get any more of this. I'm going to use up what I have on the row. But I probably will not buy any more project paper because it's glossy. And I don't know. I may not. Depends. I'm not going to do it in February. Well, I might put what I have left on the roll. I think I can probably put a couple more sheets out there. Here I made a pocket. I have a whole bunch of fussy cuts from that age of exploration. I'm just going to keep them in there. Made some bobby pin embellishments. This is what I've done in January. Here's some more live stream notes. Now we're to the blank pages. Here's some more journaling. I'm ready for the 18th underneath here. Here's the letter I wrote last night. This is from Lisa, My Eclectic Life, her Pick 10 prompt. I love that. I love that. Had no idea that what this was going to be until our Pick 10 was done. And I love it because it just goes with the whole theme of this book. Here's my knight in shining armor. And these are a bunch of black and white. I might do more to this. I was thinking I'm either going to edge these pages all in black, or when I'm done, maybe I'll go out there and edge them all in gold metallic. Maybe I'll get one of those Krylon paint pens, metallic paint pens, and edge all these pages in gold metallic. And so when I bind this into my custom keeper, it'll be all gold edges, except for, I won't do the postcards. They'll be tucked in a little bit more. So here's the Pick 10, the bonus Pick 10 that Aunt Beck did on her stream last Wednesday night. Here's my Doodle Challenge 1. And I'll probably do some journaling here and here. And here's my Doodle Challenge 2. And then I get into some more blank pages, another pocket page. So this is all January. Here's where I was testing a fussy cut where we did not fussy cut this. It had paper out here. And I got this from Dee Dee Willingham. I documented it on the back. And she painted, she was doing a poster. And when she put down her fussy cut, she just, instead of cutting it out, she painted it out. And reverse collage. And I've done reverse collage, but I usually do it in a journal or in a book that I'm altering. Here is doing reverse collage around the fussy cut. And I really like that technique. So Dee Dee, I learned from you. And Dee Dee, she's not listening. She's planning her next video someplace. But I wish she'd do more Society of Idea Collector videos. She inspires me so much with them, and she's doing all these color books. I love color books. I love to watch you color, but I miss the Society of Idea Collectors, Dee Dee. And I like her drawing videos. I love when she goes out and puts a piece of paper down on her, her big scroll paper and draws her animals. I love to watch her do that. I love her book reviews. And I don't mind her coloring book, but it's been all coloring book. I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. It's her channel, and that's what they enjoy. I mean, I enjoy watching them enjoy it, but I miss my Society of Idea Collectors. Here's the Beatles. I need to work on Anne's envelope. I think I'll come in here in one of my live streams and draw some. I want to draw the Volkswagen logo and draw a suitcase. And maybe this one has been just a little bit harder for me. Vehicles are not easy for me to draw. So I'm having to practice and get this down on a practice page before I actually put it in her snow globe. But it's coming, Anne. If you're watching, it's coming. I'm still stuck on Anne's snow globe. I'll be working on snow globes probably until August. Here I did this because it inspired me. Was it yesterday? No, was it Tuesday morning? We did this one. This was a Dolly Parton quote. If your actions create a legacy that inspires others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, then you are an excellent leader. And that just inspired me, so I put it down in there. And now I get into my... And I looked on Twitter yesterday. I hope that they're putting out the rest of the prompts. I don't see 18. Or yesterday, when I looked, 18 wasn't out there. Today's prompt wasn't out there. So they'll get them out there. So these are my most recent, I guess it goes this way. These are my most recent Fib Sketch-A-Day pages. Here's another journaling page. So then I'm at the end. So I chattered. Let's see what's going on. Let me bring this a little closer to my eyes here so I can see what's going on in chat. Auntie Rose said, is that a comp book? No, Auntie Rose, this is a signature that I put together. And when I do February signature, I put it together with different papers, 11 by 17 papers. Like this, if you can see right in here, is kind of a cream colored copy paper. I got a whole ream of it at the office supply store. I'll be using this again. This is graph paper here. This is more of that cream paper. This is graph paper. And this was some project paper. It came on a roll at Hobby Lobby. Do I have that out here? No, I don't. But so I put this together of 11 by 17 paper, except for the center here was 15 by 11 by 15. So it's just a little shorter. But in a way, I don't mind that because sometimes I want to clip things in here and I don't like them sticking out. And it just has that little extra space there. So this is watercolor paper, and then this is the end. So I actually made this signature myself. Like here's the project paper, the graph paper, and the copy paper. Now, when I was at Hobby Lobby, this week I went to Hobby Lobby, and they had their paper, Strathmore and Canson papers for 40% off. So I was running out of this watercolor paper, so I got another watercolor pad, and I got a is it Canson or Strathmore? I don't know which one. It was 40% off Bristol paper, and it's vellum coated. And what I like about vellum coated paper is this type of paper, even though your ink pens are water soluble, some types of paper are what do you want to say? They will absorb the ink. even though your pen is water soluble. And I saw that back here when I was doing these sketches, because I wanted to, and it toned it down a little in here. But as I dried it, I noticed it got lighter. But if I was working on a vellum coated paper, it's got the coating so that when I put the ink on it, and when I use it as a water soluble ink pen, that vellum coating will not absorb my water soluble ink, and I'll get more tonal values. So I saw that vellum coated paper on sale, so I got a ream of that to use. So I'm going to be trying different papers. I did a pamphlet stitch here. I did 7. A center one, 2 about an inch down on each side, a center one, and then 2 in between. And I just did the in and out pamphlet stitch. But when I build my February, and I'll be doing that pretty soon because I want it ready to go. When I build my February signature, I will actually either do it live or do a video stream of it so you can see. This is just a little bit bigger than a composition page. Composition pages are just a little bit smaller. So, but I really like this size. This is just an 11 by 17 sheet of paper folded in half. So it makes it 11 by 8.5. But it's really, what am I doing here? It's really, I really do like the size of it. Now, if I put it in a bag, I have to have a larger bag, and I really don't carry larger bags around unless I'm going urban sketching or something. So as far as this size for traveling, I probably don't. But for sitting at my desk and sitting in at my recliners, I really like this size of paper because I have enough room to work generally. Sometimes, just like when I was doing this sketch over here the other morning, I did this little guy. And when I sketch these small faces, they look like clip art to me. And I need more room on my page to sketch. Well, I segmented this out on purpose because it was sketch a day. But I like working on, I don't, in 2017, I worked on sheets of 12 by 12 paper, and that was almost too large. And I don't have that other journal handy, but last year I was using that leather bound journal, and that was almost too small. So this is the right size for me. Bye, Angel. Have a good day. Sherry Lynn said they probably would throw tomatoes at me. What are you doing? Not ready for autographs yet. Angel, Vanessa had to leave. You're doing some art in the background. Linda, if I'm getting this set up enough, we might start thinking about a hangout. If you're listening, Ms. Linda McAllister. Now I have to learn how to scroll back here. Thank you, Anne. Said love it. Faithfulness says she's at her desk, work and look mode. I'm glad that you guys are doing art and listening in, because I do art, and I find that in my morning streams, I get a lot of art done. I've done a lot just in this journal during my morning streams. I love you guys, but I don't expect you guys. I know that people like to just listen in the morning. I do a lot of art, but a lot of you go into lurk mode, and that's okay with me. I'm glad that you say you're here, though. That lets me know that, if I have 15 people in the room and only 2 are chatting, I know that the other 13 are listening in, which is okay. At first it kind of made me uncomfortable because I wasn't sure who was lurking. I wish that YouTube, and maybe I'll put this out there because every now and then they have a survey. What would you like to see us do? Sometimes they survey the creators. I would love in the live streams to be able to see who's, like if I have 20 people in my chat room and only 5 are chatting, I'd kind of like to know who the other people are. Now, I don't know if that would be an invasion of privacy. I kind of think about me too. Sometimes I go listen in, and would I want somebody else to know that I'm just lurking? So it's kind of six of one and half a dozen of the other. Sometimes it makes you uncomfortable when there are 20 people lurking and 3 people chatting, because the 3 people chatting going, well, we're here to entertain you. So I love it when I don't mind you lurking. I understand lurking. A lot of people like to work on their art and just listen in, and they don't have any evil intention or anything. They're just there to listen. But sometimes it's nice to know, and I appreciate people who say, I'm working on art in the background. I'm here, I'm listening in. It lets you know, as the host of the channel, that who you are and why you're there and why you're not chatting with the 3 people that are. So, but I've become more comfortable with it because I understand. I do understand. So that's my little sermon on lurkers are welcome. I don't like calling them lurkers. In your case, there are lurkers, and then there are troll lurkers. So really, you're not lurking, you're listening. You're not chatting, you're just listening and watching. So I'd rather call you, instead of lurk mode, you're in listen mode. But I appreciate it. Like I see Faithful Mess out here says she's at her desk working and she's in lurk mode. Well, she let me know that she's in the chat, but she's working, so she's not really chatting. So let's see if I can go back and see if I missed any other questions. Auntie Rose says, I want to start a collection book for ATCs that I've gotten. Oh, what a great idea, Auntie Rose. I've just started putting my ATCs and postcards, art, happy mail. I'm just going to click it in as I get it. Now, last year we were building that paper bag art journal, and I really need to go back and finish that. I got off on the December daily stuff, which I need to finish too. But hey, I like this. This is almost a day book art journal. I need to learn to get this centered. This is almost a day book art journal. And I like, see, Sherilyn sent me this ATC, and it's a religious, it's Jesus and the cross. But here is, here's a church figure out of my history book, and he's coordinating somebody. He's doing something here. I should write on here what's going on in these pictures, but obviously this is a church figure, and it just goes. So I have started putting my happy mail and things that I'm working on. Like I pulled this out of my fussy cut box. I'm going to do this ATC up. Somebody sent that to me in happy mail. Where's Beetle Chick sent me those 2 postcards, and I'm just going to start putting happy mail that will fit in here when I get it. And then I know who sent it. I can document it on the page. Of course, this is documented already because she documented on the postcard, and same with Sherry Lynn's. So I like working this way. It's not really exclusively an art journal. It's more of a day book art journal. It's my Society of Idea Collectors. I might be putting some mind maps. I'm going to print off. When I get that printer up and going, I'm going to print off my lists. And maybe I'll compile those into February when I do February's, because I got 2 or 3 lists that I need to print off. Let's see what's else going on in chat here. I need to learn how to scroll this. Linda says she loves the calendar. Whoops. What did I do here? Let's see if I can pop out this chat. Pop chat out. Let's see. Hold on. Pop out chat. Oh, there it goes. Whoa. 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 What's going on here? I didn't like that at all. Hold the phone. Just let it blink. Is it blinking for you? That's not working at all. I guess I won't be doing stream. I stopped. What do I have here? Whoa, let me see. Page unresponsive. It didn't like that. Let's close a couple of these pop-outs. Wait a minute. It did not like, all right, now I can get into here again. Oh, there it goes. Restore chat. Nothing to see here. We popped out. Restore chat. Restore chat. I can't see chat. I tried to pop it out. Now it won't restore. I cannot tell. I guess I could sign on. Let me sign on with my old phone and see if I can read chat on my old phone. Let me see what you guys are seeing. Oh, there it came. Buff is back. Newbie Cheryl said, a little buff. You must have gotten the buff. This will take a while to, now I'm in test mode here. I'm not in art mode. I'm in the test mode. I got to turn on my Wi-Fi, and it takes a while for the Wi-Fi. Oh, the Wi-Fi is on. I forgot to turn it off. Well, then YouTube might come right off. Let's go to YouTube. Let's go to my channel. Come on, my channel. Oops. We don't want that. Let's get out of that. Let's go to my channel. And let's go to my live stream. Don't touch nothing else. I love that. Faithful Mess said, uh-oh, don't touch anything else, Meri. Don't touch it. Well, see, I tried to pop out chat. And boy, it did not like it at all on my, I'm buffering here. Huh. All right, can you see where I'm buffering? I'm going to get out of this. Let's turn this off. Let's turn off my Wi-Fi because I think I'm using bandwidth. Yeah, I did anyway, Linda said. Faithful Miss said, don't touch anything else. What did I do? I touched other stuff. Yeah, it buffered. Oh, Susan, go get some rest. Sleep in if you can this morning. I'm getting ready to end the stream here. I've been going for a couple hours. An hour and 47, 48 minutes. So I think that, geez, I feel like just leaving everything like it is and streaming tonight, seeing if I can come in. I turned my Wi-Fi off here, so I'm not even going to use this tonight because I have a feeling that the internet's going to be busy enough. I think I'll probably call my phone company. We'll see. I need to go out to the browser and change those settings that Linda was telling me about for this action stuff here. Now, I don't see when I'm doing this, it kind of slows down. But now when I do it fast, though, it blurs. So I need to change those settings out there, maybe on my Chrome browser, but who knows what will happen. And then I think I'm going to call my phone company and increase the internet speed. I like to push buttons, Cheryl says. Faithfulness says we can't help ourselves sometimes, but if it's a test stream, I'll push all the buttons. Well, now, but see, this is good to know. I know that on this, the way I don't blame the computer. I kind of blame my speed, the browser, it's just, it didn't like to pop out. The chat did not like to pop out. So I'll just have to, when I chat with you, I think what I'm going to do in my streams, tell me if you think this is a good idea. You guys can all chat, but as I'm doing art, what I'm going to do is say, okay, I'm going to have a period of time where I'm exclusively working on art. Don't ask me any questions and expect me to answer. I don't think I make that too clear. So, and then I'll stop. Maybe I'll set me an alarm. So every 15 minutes or so, I'll stop and read comments and answer questions and watch for questions. And I will say, if you guys put that @ sign in front of the Meri Atelier, like, let me type it out here. Let's see if I can type it out. Can I do that here? Come on. Okay. And you have to type it out as it shows. The kind of got a slow Meri. I've kind of got a slow time here. Whoops, backspace. Kind of hard for me to type in here. It has a slow what is it doing now? I'm having trouble typing my own name. Whoops, it went back. ERIATELIER. So it's kind of even when I'm typing into the chat box. Let me enter this. Oh, I need to type something. Hello. And enter. All right. So, yeah, like Debbie Crafty did. She typed it right in. But my response time on this is really slow. Like it took me 3 or 4 minutes just to type out that @ Meri Atelier hello. Yeah. Hi, Sherilyn. So, but when you do that, like Debbie Crafty did, that does highlight it in orange or red for me. And I see that. I notice that. Or if you ask me a question, ask it in all caps. That highlights it for me, and it'll be more likely that I'll answer you. But I think during my streams, I'm going to test that tonight, especially when we do that doodle chat. I notice when I read the replays, I miss a lot of the questions because I'm off doing something else. I don't even see you. My head is someplace else. So I'm going to kind of make it a standard here that I'm going to work on art for a certain amount of time. And if you ask me a question, fine, but don't expect me to answer it. And then I'm going to stop and say, okay, this is like a question and answer period or a chat period. And I'll watch if you have a question, because a lot of people ask me questions, like Auntie Rowe asked if this was a composition book. So, yeah. So I'm getting ready to end this. I'm happy with it. I'm hoping that I can use this tonight. If I have trouble getting this set up, if I'm not online right at 7:30, I've had trouble getting it set up, and I'll have to switch back to my phone. I enjoy having the phone as a backup. So I'm going to let you all go and have your, it says it. It's almost 6:30 here. Thank you guys for coming. And, whoops, I bumped my camera. I bumped my stand. I got my feet under my desk. That was what that wiggle was. I bumped the pole the camera's hooked onto. Yeah, it's Friday morning. It's Friday morning, and I'm going to let you all go have it. Those of you that have to work today, have a good day at work. If you have a little time, free time, do a little art. If you're at work and you have a break, sneak a piece of note paper with you and do a little sketch of your coffee cup or something. Just to get your mind off of the stress for 3 minutes. Thank you, Linda. Linda and I are talking about hanging out together. That will be interesting to see. Now, I think it will probably have to be started on Linda's channel because I don't think I have the bandwidth, Linda. I don't think I have the bandwidth. I think I'm going to have to call the phone company and have them upgrade my. Okay. Have a great day. I stream tonight at 7:30 Central Time. Thanks for coming and putting up with the the stream. Bye, everybody. I'm going to wave the blurry wave. Bye. End stream.